Have you ever seen a person who grabs everyone's attention as soon as he enters a room? People naturally get attracted towards him, want to talk to him, want to listen to him. That person's aura is the most powerful among all the people in the room. And on the other hand, there are some people who, no matter how much they try, their presence does not make any impact on people. No one listens to them carefully, let alone looks at them once. Now, right now, you must be thinking that this must be a matter of difference or personality, but the reality is something else. This is not just a game of confidence or looks. This is a skill. This is an art that you people can also learn. This is a skill with the help of which any person can become an effortless person. And this skill is taught to you by Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, which was published almost 90 years ago. But even today, all its points are valid. Today, we are going to decode this book in step-by-step detail. Today's video is for very practical results. Number 1. What is the core psychology behind influencing people? Number 2. A set format to extract anyone easily. In number 3, we will understand the art of persuasion. And lastly, I will give you such a practical plan of 7 days through which you can see its results with your own eyes. Now, the question is whether you have come just to watch another video or do you want to upgrade yourself genuinely. All these things that I've said are a default mode of every person. It keeps running in his mind. We humans are programmed in this way. It is only about self-talk. It means that whenever people talk to you about anything, they like to talk about their life, their problems, and their achievements. And whenever you genuinely listen to anyone, their subconscious mind gives them the signal that this person understands me, gives me importance, gives me time. And you will not believe that just by listening to people, your likability index increases a lot. It means that the less you talk about yourself and the more you ask other people about their life, the more people will be attracted to you. I will be able to explain this thing to you better with a real-life example. When I was reading about Warren Buffett, who is one of the most successful investors in the world, I read that instead of speaking more in every meeting, every discussion, he always listens to everyone first. That person, whether he's senior or junior to them, will definitely listen to them. And I found this thing very fascinating to hear. Because if you ever imagine a founder, a CEO level person, or a boss, you will just picture a person who keeps on giving orders to everyone. That this work should be done today, do not miss the deadlines at all. Next time, whenever you meet anyone, get out of the I character mode and shift to the side character mode. Your questions and your talk should be about the life of the other person and not about yourself. Like, what do you do? Okay, so how is your day usually? What is his schedule? And tell me, how is your brother? I haven't shown it anywhere these days. Is everything okay? And you should not do this that you just ask for the sake of asking. You have to genuinely seem interested there, and you also have to modulate your voice in the same way. This modulation, etc. may sound very difficult, but it is a very simple thing. Just practice in front of the mirror for 5 minutes, and if you ask the same question to 5 people again and again, you will gain confidence. Now let's talk about the next letter in our formula, C, which is charisma. Have you ever noticed this? You feel a different vibe after not meeting some people. You feel a little better. Now, why does this happen? The answer is the mirroring effect.
Any person who matches your body language, tone, energy, and emotions, you instantly feel more connected to him. This is a natural psychological response. We humans always mimic or mirror. If a song is playing in the crowd and 10 people start dancing to that song in front of us, then we too, just standing there for a while, will start vibing. A research says that whenever people match each other's body language and tone, their subconscious mind gives the signal that this person is exactly like me, so I can definitely trust and relate to him. Now, match this thing and the speed of talking a little better. If he is talking very softly, then you should also respond in the same way. There is no need to shout or talk in an overexcited manner. After that, step number 3, reflect their emotions. If they are excited about something while talking and are talking very happily, then try to show excitement too. Don't believe that just this small adjustment of 3 seconds can create a very major difference in your conversations. And last is the letter E in the formula, which stands for the most important thing, which is ego. So friend, how does this ego come into the picture in any conversation? So if the other person says something wrong or your thoughts do not match with them, then you start trying to prove him wrong. This is ego. And 90% of the people make this mistake. Due to ego, they start reacting, they start complaining and criticizing. Dale Carnegie says a very lovely line in this book, that even the most hardened criminals think they are innocent. So why waste time blaming? That is, whenever you criticize someone, point out their mistakes, what is their first reaction? Instead of defending themselves and accepting their mistake, they start ignoring you. That means no matter how right you are, no matter how valid your point is, but if the way of criticizing is wrong, then the other person is never going to listen to you. Let me present a real-life situation before you. If a boss always points out the mistakes of his team without any appreciation, then after a while, his team will start feeling a little demotivated. They'll start abusing the boss, start bitching about him, and slowly over the period of time, they will start getting a little slack in their work. But if the same boss first praises their work well, then tells the points of improvement, then the same people will feel even more motivated and will take his suggestions, his criticism well. Now, there is a very simple action step to do this, which you can do in real life too. First of all, highlight one good thing of someone, then politely tell his improvement points. I'll explain you with this one example that, yaar, you are absolutely right. I absolutely agree with you 100%. But can we do this thing in this way? In life, brother, instead of complaining about everything, be a little solution-oriented. Whatever be the problem with solution in life, everybody's problem is that if you call a donkey, he's bound to feel bad. And in any argument, neither side wins. In every argument, the winner also loses something. Now, whether it is respect or trust in the eyes of the other person. Fit this thing and this line of mine in your mind. Your perspective of looking at life will change a lot. Never blame anyone. On the contrary, encourage them. Even if someone has made a mistake, then first give them a chance to correct it. If there is a great need, then your job here should be to point out the mistake of the other person. Do not hold on to him and talk. If the other person wants to correct himself, then it is okay. If he does not want to correct himself, then anyway, you do not lose anything. You have not taken the contract of his life. So in every conversation that you have in the future, remember to keep all three elements of this ICE formula. You do not need to make any major changes in your life or in your conversation.
On the contrary, these small changes will gradually help you a lot in becoming a naturally influential person. After that, I want to give 2 more bonus points to those who have watched this video because in today's time where people's attention is so weak, reaching this point with focus is a very big achievement in itself. Literally, you can see on your screen that you rank in the top 30% out of 6 million. So, those who have not watched the video till now, never tell them that I had mentioned 2 more bonus points. The first bonus point is the yes momentum technique. It is a very famous technique of the FBI. It says that no person is convinced of anything at once. But if you make them say small yes statements, then their brain will automatically start agreeing to your next statement as well. This is the FBI's technique. The hostage negotiators are basically criminals who deal with the hostages for their security. So, they first make them say yes on small matters like, if you want that your demands are met, then our condition is also that everyone should remain safe. Now, the reply from the other side is yes. After that, their next question could be something like, do you also want that without any violence, without using any weapons, we should find a solution for this? It is possible that the reply back from the other side is yes. Now, after that comes their third and most important move. After that, they will say that if I give you such a solution which fulfills your demands and also keeps our hostages safe, then would you like to listen to it? For this also, the answer of the other person will always be yes. And after this, whatever offer you make, the chances of them accepting it increase by 99%. Because whenever a person goes into that yes mode, he leaves the resistance and it becomes even easier to manipulate him. And you can use this thing in your real life too if you want to sell your product or your service to a client. Then never make a direct offer. First, ask a few yes questions. Ask them that, sir, is your time the most important asset for you? After that, ask them, do you want the quality of the product or service to be very high? And gently shoot your third arrow that if I give you an option which is in your budget and whose quality is also very high and which also saves your time, then will you consider it? Remember, the more yeses you get, the more the other person will start accepting your point. This is a very interesting thing. Do try it yourself. Try adding 2-3 yes statements in the next conversation and then put forward your point. And later do comment on this video. Did it work? After that, bonus point number 2.
The power of storytelling. Look, you have to understand the difference between telling the same information in a boring way, like we were taught in school, and telling it in an engaging story. I will explain this to you in one simple line. Tell facts, but stories sell. If you observe in life, stories are everywhere, from books to real life and from movies to music videos. But have you ever thought why stories always work without failing? Look, our brain can remember stories 22% more time than facts because whenever a person tells a story, we humans do not just process words in our mind, but also feel emotions. I have a very interesting example of this in my life. When Steve Jobs launched the iPhone for the first time, he did not tell the rest of the people about its tech specifications. On the contrary, he told the story in which he made that device the main hero of the story. He described the iPhone in such a way that it is a device that can fit in your pocket, in which iPod, phone and internet are together. And this will not be just a device, but will become a revolution. If you go and watch that clip, then definitely notice one thing: how the audience reacts to every line of Steve Jobs. Till date, no one else in the tech industry has done storytelling like him. The result was that people got connected to him instantly and iPhone became the most successful product in the world. Tell me one thing. Did no phone exist in the world before iPhone? Or the features that iPhone had were not available in any other phone? On the contrary, phones with better features than this already existed.
Big Steve, now what are all these things? If I start explaining them to you, then this video will go in some other direction. Look, storytelling is a very big topic, and I have been creating content for the last 8 years, doing some decent storytelling. So now let's move on to our next point. Point number 3, the art of persuasion. Now, persuasion or influence does not mean that you forcefully try to make someone agree with your point of view. Rather, real persuasion happens when you plant an idea in the other person's mind and the other person himself thinks that it was his idea. Dale Carnegie's principles written in this book teach us that influencing people is a kind of subtle art in which you help them to change their own thoughts by understanding their psychology. And if you also want that people should agree with you, then you must master these 3 persuasion hacks. Number 1. Give people a reputation to live up to. When you assign an identity to someone, then he starts behaving according to that. Suppose you want one of your colleagues to get something done quickly. Then do not directly tell him that, "Friend, please do this work quickly." Instead, give him a reputation. Tell him something in this manner that, "Friend, I know, brother, at the time of deadlines, no, I cannot trust anyone else except you. You are the only person who is always reliable." Now, what will happen from this? Their mind will accept this identity somewhere or the other, even if they are not punctual in life, even if they have never done any work on time till date. When you made them climb the tree, when you gave them a reputation, then they will definitely work to maintain it. I want to give you a real-life example of this also. A Harvard research says that whenever a teacher encourages students by calling them intelligent and hardworking, then they automatically start behaving in the same way. Now, there is a very simple practical step to do this. From today onwards, whenever you have to expect something from someone or ask for something, then give that person a positive identity. The more you reinforce a positive image of someone, the more he will behave in the same way. After that comes, the ego is not even equal to the sand, but we all have a very big ego. So if you want to convince anyone to do something, then tell them directly that they should do this. Rather, guide them in such a way that I'll explain it to you with an example. Suppose you want to suggest your team member to change the approach of a project, to do it in a different way. Then, what would be the wrong approach here? You directly told them that I think you should do this work in this way. And on the other hand, what would be the right approach? Friend Rahul, you have a lot of experience in this thing. Seeing your experience, this thing did not happen to me. And both the parties are also happy. Now, after this comes the last persuasion hack, which is the 1% criticism rule. The biggest mistake that people do in persuasion is that they hurt the ego of the other person somewhere or the other. If you want to criticize someone, then never directly tell me, "Friend, everyone wants in life that is respect remains among the people." And if you criticize anyone directly, if you tell a person that he is wrong, then that person will go into ego defensive mode and will not accept anything you say. Suppose you want to explain to your junior that the report he made is not good. Then what would be the wrong approach here? That this report is very weak, you should work more on it. And the second approach would be that, "Friend, I really like this part of your report. I am facing problems with your hard work. There is just a small tweak. If you can improve it, then it will be very good." Did you notice here? The same structure, the same pattern is being formed in every line. The first is positive reinforcement and the second is suggestion. Now there is a very beautiful psychology behind this. Whenever you first praise someone a little and then give a minor suggestion, then the other person starts considering it not as criticism but as a chance for improvement. Now these are all the theoretical things that have been written in this book. Now I want to give you a small challenge.
Yes, it is not that big. It is just a 7-day challenge. Think of it as the next part for you. I have put my heart and soul into it so that you can learn things practically. All the serious people, only those people should continue further. They have put their heart and soul into it for you, further and further. Or even if it is a top influencer, one thing is very common among them. People listen to them, respect them, and their presence is very powerful. But maximum people consider this thing as just a joke, whereas the real game is of psychology. Nothing will happen by just listening. If you do not apply it, then it will just remain in your mind as a good thought, which will give motivation for a day, but you will forget it quickly. So apply it today and change your life. Become a better person than yesterday. That was all for today's video. Thank you so much.